Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on. Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and that'll bring up second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brashad Perriman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And his kick is right through. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
First carry for Royce Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he fends him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Gone! 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 Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And it's taken in at the 9. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Underneath for Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's got a 1st down. That's his first catch. Remember, he's the NFL leader in that category at the midway point. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. David Irving able to finally wrestle him down for a huge loss. And that'll take us to 4th down. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
All right, now look at 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A couple of first downs, has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry for Davis. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Yeah, that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
They'll set up to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, what a move. That goes for a gain of 31.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The first down carry here for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away, and that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Watch him now, Barney!
On 2nd down, Freeman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight 1st down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Davis. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. You don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about a 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Denver right after this. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll give it to Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. So why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. They keep it with Davis on first down, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. They'll try and run for it with Davis. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Detroit!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Eluded and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Myles Garrett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Huge article in their local paper this morning saying how the 4 interceptions last week led them to that victory. Here they haven't been able to come up with one, and they're losing. Probably not a coincidence.
I don't think so at all. I think you're spot on, but maybe they put a little extra pressure on themselves because the 4 interceptions last week, victory. Right now, no interceptions in this game. Had a chance for one, missed it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run it.
This is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And got his man complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. As he's... And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Welcome back now to Denver. The Browns on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter,
turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it. Freeman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They begin the drive with Johnson. There goes Duke Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a handoff to Davis. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things they consider safe.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll look to throw. Taking a oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll put him at 77. Yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. The Broncos in their hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short, and the Browns are going to win the football game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
you